Who would have ever thought that the next generational NBA hoop sensation would be a 7'4", 3-level scorer from France? But from being practically one of the most hyped up athletes in the history of professional team sports, this is a teenager who's truly been made for the big moments through all the ups and downs along his journey to the pros. And despite all the high expectations and comparisons that's been placed on his name, he's always stayed true to himself. This is the Victor Wembanyama story. Victor Wembanyama was born on January 4th, 2004 in Le Chennai, France. Now, his hooping abilities came from his mother Elodie, who was a 6'3" professional basketball player before she started her coaching career, while his father Felix, on the other hand, was a 6'5" track and field standout. Now, even though towards the beginning of his childhood, he spent time playing soccer and judo, his love and passion for basketball just took over. And from the very first time he stepped foot on the basketball court, he simply towered over nearly every kid that was on the court with him, even the ones that were well older than him. His rare combination at being able to handle the basketball at his size and his multiple ways to score the basketball at his age allowed him to be recognized as next up. By age 9, he was helping his mother coach kids his own age. Now, during an 11U game in Versailles, Wembanyama caught the attention of somebody very special by the name of Michael Olar, a coach with Nanterre, which was one of France's most prestigious teams. Now, initially, he mistaken Wembanyama as a coach due to his crazy tall stature. Now, after realizing the mistake, Olar went on to immediately contact the technical director from Nanterre's youth program to inform him about this sensational prospect that he just witnessed that could potentially be an NBA prospect one day. And not too long after, Victor packed his things up and moved to Nanterre. There, he would attend the club's de facto boarding school, and on the court, from the get-go, he was encouraged by his coaches to truly play his game, as he a lot of times played point forward and was doing practically anything. That freedom and confidence that he gained would rub off in a positive way as he got older. By age 14, he was already 6'11" and was attracting more eyes on his game around Europe. At this point in time, it was kind of clear around everyone that watched him play that he was just made for the NBA, especially from former NBA player and fellow Frenchman Nicolas Batum, as when he first laid eyes on Wembanyama, he was instantly sold and thought that he was going to be a future NBA superstar. By just the age of 15 years old, Victor had outgrown Nanterre's junior basketball team, and he was instantly added to the senior roster. And as he joined the squad, he made his professional debut at the 2019 Euro Cup, and it wasn't long until his incredible generational type talent was being displayed for all to see. In 2020-2021, Wembanyama's significant improvement allowed him to be named the best young prospect in the NLB Pro A, the highest level of professional basketball in France. And even though he was going up against grown men on a gamely basis, it never wavered his confidence, as he had an exceptional smooth feel for the game on both sides of the basketball. Now, as time went by, his video game type abilities of being able to put the ball on the floor fluently, as well as his defensive capabilities while standing at 7 foot tall at just the age of 16 years old, allowed him to be compared to Kevin Durant by many people. Now, Victor's stock would continue to rise, especially after he was giving 3-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert the business in a 2v2 game that went viral on YouTube. Not too long after spending a whole year with Nanterre, Wembanyama made the decision to sign a deal with Asvel, a French powerhouse that plays in the same domestic league as Nanterre, but was also a member of the Euro League, the top league in the world behind no other than the NBA. There, despite dealing with injuries, as well as only receiving limited minutes due to the team not fully wanting to cater towards his full development, Victor was still able to do his thing and display his talents, as he was able to earn Pro A's Best Young Player award for a second straight season. Now, by the end of that season, he solidified himself on being the main talk of the future 2023 NBA draft. But still, as he was 18 years old, he knew that the best decision for him was to find a new team that could honestly buy into his development more. And so after opting out of his contract with Asvel, offers started coming in everywhere from teams across Europe and Australia, as well as G League Ignite. But Victor made the ultimate decision to stay home in France and join the Metropolitans 92. Now, even though up until joining the crew, They honestly weren't the strongest team, but Wembanyama saw it as an opportunity for him to truly expand his game. And just like that, everything worked nearly perfect for him. Not only did he lead his team in scoring and rebounding, he went on to lead the whole entire league in scoring, rebounding, and blocks, while playing a league-high 32 minutes a contest. There was practically nothing that the defense had to stop him. The kid was truly unstoppable, which allowed him to be named Pro A Most Valuable Player. He took home the Best Defender award and a third straight Best Young Player honor. Now, it wasn't until he played his first game on American soil to when he was solidified as the best overall prospect that was 2023 draft class eligible, because as he faced up against Scoot Henderson, a potential top 3 draft prospect at the time who played for G League Ignite, there was over 200 scouts and executives in attendance. Wembanyama dropped an outstanding 37 points, including 7 threes, while snagging 4 rebounds and blocking 5 shots.
Watching him for almost 3-4 years now, so I'm not surprised.
And you guys get in the flow of things. Who is it that you're going to take on first? You're going to say, okay, me and you shooting. And 27 for Henderson. So these two guys have gone step for step against each other. Wembanyama calmly. Your famous father wasn't in support of you. Well, I shouldn't say in support. He wasn't a fan of you actually turning pro. But that was your decision. As a man, you said, I'm going to make that.
And from that day on, the recognition would start coming in from some of the best stars in the game, like LeBron and Steph Curry. ESPN's Wojnarowski even described Victor as maybe the greatest prospect in the history of team sports. And as the Spurs went 22-60 to finish the 2022-23 season, that led them to a win in the NBA draft lottery and the right to select the 7'4" Wembanyama. So on January 22nd, 2023, his lifelong dream was fulfilled of becoming selected first overall by the San Antonio Spurs. And as all eyes was on him in his first NBA Summer League debut, he only scored 9 points on 2 of 13 shooting, but followed it up with 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks on 9 of 14 shooting. But it just seemed as though that his game has came along even more as the preseason came about, as he was able to average 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Spurs bench was ready to erupt. Terrace Wallace into a turnover and mama!
In his regular season NBA debut, the 19-year-old put up 15 points and added 2 assists, but in a loss to the Dallas Mavericks, nearly having identical numbers to Tim Duncan in his regular season debut. In just his second game, he scored 21 points and 12 rebounds in a clutch overtime win against the Rockets. Victor Wembanyama has truly been embracing the spotlight for a minute now, and despite all the high expectations that's been placed upon his name, with him being able to learn and develop through one of the greatest coaches the NBA has ever seen, this could very well be an all-time great in years to come.
I just feel very lucky to be here. The coaches and ourselves, the players will make whatever it takes, to get better. It might be frustrating, but always keeping the head up is good for my teammates, so I can show it on the court, and we learn every day.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Victor Wembanyama story.